looking at the Russell 2000 here today, and taking a look at the planetary speed differential again, just because there are many things that can be gleaned from this, and a lot of insight can be gained from doing this type of work. So I'm using the two tools. I'm using the degree of separation, and then I'm using the speed differential search. So the degree of separation tool allows me to click on any pivots that I want to look at, puts them in the box, you can copy them, and then I go to the, then I look at them to see where, what the degrees of separation were on those pivots, and then I look for some sort of confluence, and then I can search that particular speed differential with the Planet Speed Differential tool. So I copy and paste my selected dates into the degrees of separation tool. It gives me a list which you can then export to Excel, which I've done. And then when I sort through that list, I found out that there were certain pivots that were tied around a 31-minute speed differential, and I was looking at Jupiter and Mars. So I'm looking at that on a monthly chart initially, and then I would go down to a smaller chart to take a deeper look at that if I liked what I come up with on the monthly. But let me show you the results of that. So here are the results of that particular speed differential. I had a confluence showing up at 30.5, so I put it in the tool as 31 minutes, and it spit out all these dates from, this goes all the way back to 1988, 87, 88. Okay, starting in 88 with the data there, and then all the way out to 2025. So you can see my last grouping is 918 to 922. So we're sitting here, we're looking at Jupiter and Mars, and you can see in May of 2024, both planets were practically stationary. That's why we had this speed separation across this long period, almost the whole month from May 6th to May 31st. So this doesn't happen that often. So when this does happen, you want to take a look at that. So let me go to the chart and take a look at this 5/6 to 5/31 area. I'm looking at the monthly. So looking at the monthly chart here, this was May of 2024 right here, where I have this arrow. So you can see how the market was already in a consolidation mode. It was forming this little triangle on the monthly chart, making these inside bars with narrower range until we got to May, where May has the smallest range of all, because the planetary speed differential there was so tight and even. It pretty much caused the market to consolidate extremely tightly in that time period. And what happened, as soon as we got to the end of the month and got into June, we had a really big upside expansion breakout that started this next leg up that we're currently in. So what I've done there, I've marked all the different points that I was looking at in the Excel. I'm bringing that Excel back in. I highlighted each of this range of dates in different colors. So you could see here, back in August, we had 5 days of similar speed. Prior to that, it was in September 24th, 25th of 22, where we had coming to that same 31 minute separation. And then back from March Late March to the middle of April of 22, we had that same separation. December 16th to 30th, 2 week period there with basically the same separation. So that's worth looking at. So I've plotted all those on a chart. I'm not going to go through each one, but I'm going to take a look at a chart here, and you can take a look at what happened in those periods. So we had right off a trend change here when we hit that speed. The downtrend accelerated. Here we hit bottom and started an upward move. Here we just continued the downtrend strong. The one before that was the end of the downtrend, signaling a couple months up. Prior to that, we hit a top. At the time, it was a little double top. Kicked it down for a month. This one was a 1 month reaction, and then the market reversed back to the bull. This one came in just after this sharp 2 month move down. We hit this planetary speed differential, and that reversed the market back to the upside. The next one back was a decent bottom. Then we had a top. This one here, not much, kind of just a temporary stall and then continuation. This was right after the high was made. This is right after the high was made. This one was a consolidation bar. It stopped the upward momentum and the market went into consolidation. This one right off the bottom, the market started to rocket up. This one started down right off the high. This one here started a downward move. This one at a low, this one at a low. And then these two right here were a little bit different. This was only a very minor top to push the market only down for 1 month, but the reason it kicked back up again was because the next speed differential of similar magnitude was just right behind it and reversed the market back to the upside. Anyway, what I recommend to do then is I would look at these also on the daily bar, especially some of the shorter ones where we had only 2 to 5 days where the planets were at that particular differential. Take a look on the daily chart and see what the effect would be for swing trading. But it's worth getting a list of pivot dates together and going through all the exercise of looking at these. Each planetary pair, you can do this both geocentrically and heliocentrically and find these different degrees of separation that are going to give you a lot of insight into what the market may do. It's important not only to be able to identify pivots, but you can see when these times come up, you get acceleration out of consolidation, or if you are in a strong trend that's accelerating, when you come to one of these points, that will push the market into a consolidation phase. So that's extremely helpful trading information when you get to know that sort of thing. So as an exercise to find some really good trading type of information and find some setups that most people are not looking at, this is one of those means to do that. Because I really doubt there are very many people who are going through this type of an exercise to be able to unlock these key hidden things that you can find here that'll help to enhance your trading.